So, what if you could take an idea that's just in your head right now and turn it into a real revenue generating product in a single weekend? It sounds crazy, right? But it's happening. Today, we're diving into the playbook for a whole new generation of tech creators who are doing exactly that. And we're using the amazing insights from product generalist Kiran Johns to guide us.
All right, let's start with this quote, because it really nails the problem. Kiran Johns compares the old way of building software to that game we all played as kids, the telephone game. You know how it works. One person whispers a message, it goes down the line, and by the time it gets to the end, it's completely morphed into something else. That's exactly what used to happen with product ideas.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to talk about why that old way is so broken. Then we'll introduce this new kind of builder who's changing everything. We'll get into their tools, their mindset, and then wrap it all up with a challenge that you can literally start this weekend.
Okay, so section one. What is actually broken about the old way? Well, it really all boils down to separation. It's about these invisible but really thick walls that got built between the people with the ideas and the people who were supposed to build them.
Just think of it like a clumsy relay race. Sales gets an idea, they hand it off to marketing, marketing hands it to product. Product writes the super long document and throws it over the wall to engineering. And at every single one of those handoffs, a little bit of the original vision gets lost. This created these huge delays, and honestly, it often resulted in products that didn't even solve the customer's original problem. But here's the good news. That old, slow, siloed model, it's being replaced by something so much better, so much faster. And this shift is creating a brand new kind of role, a new archetype for the modern era.
And this, right here, is the absolute key. The new breed of product person isn't just managing timelines and coordinating meetings. Nope, they are builders. They've got their hands on the keyboard, actually creating things and closing that gap between the vision and a tangible reality.
This comparison just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got the traditional product manager, the coordinator. And on the right, you have the product generalist, the builder. They're not going to write you a 20-page doc. Instead, they're going to spend an afternoon building a functional prototype that shows you the idea in action. Way more powerful, right?
And you should know, this is not just some fringe theory. This is happening right now. Big companies are literally changing their job titles from product manager to product builder. They're signaling very clearly that they don't just want managers anymore. They want people who can build.
Okay, so that brings up a really important question. How in the world are they building so fast? Well, you don't need a 4-year computer science degree anymore. The secret is this incredible new generation of tools that has basically democratized the act of creation.
Kiran Johns lays out this beautifully simple 4-step workflow. First, you use an AI like ChatGPT to poke holes in your own idea and make it stronger. Then you figure out its core value. Is it making money, or saving time? Step 3, you actually use an AI coding assistant to write the code for you. And finally, you connect all the dots with automation tools like Zapier to handle all the boring back-end stuff. Now this quote, this is everything. It represents such a huge mental shift. The old world was obsessed with writing perfect, beautiful code from day one. The modern builder knows that's a total waste of time. The real goal is speed. Get something, anything that works into the hands of a user so you can see if your idea is even good. Feedback is worth so much more than perfection at this stage. Right, because having all these cool tools is one thing, but it's only half the story. To really make this work, you have to adopt the philosophy that drives it all. It's a completely different way of thinking about how things get made.
And at the core of that philosophy is the lean startup. Now, this idea has been around for a bit, but these new AI tools have put it on steroids. The central concept is simple. Validate your idea as fast as you possibly can with the least amount of effort. Don't spend 6 months building something in secret. Spend a weekend building a prototype and see if anyone actually wants it. These are basically the guiding principles. You use simple frameworks like pirate metrics, that's AARRR, to measure what matters. You treat every new idea not as a giant company, but as a quick weekend experiment. And you can build small, free tools that act like lead magnets to pull in the right kind of customers. It's all about learning as fast as you can. Okay, so let's pull all of this out of the world of theory and bring it into action. This isn't just a nice idea. It's a real movement. And it comes with a challenge that you can actually take on yourself.
This is it. This is the ultimate test drive for the modern builder's playbook. There are communities out there, like the KPH Hackathon, where the entire goal is to go from an idea on Friday to a launched product by Sunday night. It's living proof that the barrier to building something real has just about disappeared. And they're not just building for fun, there's a real target. This number, $1,000, is the goal. The challenge is to launch something that can hit $1,000 a month in revenue within just 3 months. It's an incredible way to force yourself to build something that people don't just think is cool, but that they'll actually pay for.
So when you put it all together, the mindset, the tools, the ability to create is more accessible than it has ever been in human history. The gap between an idea and a real product is no longer measured in months or years, it's measured in hours. So the only question left is the one right there on the screen. What problem are you going to solve? What can you build this weekend?